Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about customer service and why I think the customer service area is the main department, is the main functional area of a business. Okay, let's go. So customer service is the area in your business that provides service to your customers. Okay, so think about a person that comes into your bakery or your restaurant or your website and they have some questions around your product or your services. So the customer service team is the person that is going to answer to that customer. So what do you need or what are you looking for? Okay, it's usually the first point of contact to a company. Okay, so think about in this case we're not talking to the marketing department or we're not talking to a salesperson because we're just looking around. So usually the first point of contact is a customer service representative. Okay, they get that call, they get that question, they get an email asking about something. Okay, so customer service is usually the first point of contact. Also, customer service is also the first line of defense when they need or have an issue. Okay, they want to cancel an order, they need a refund, they want to cancel their account, something is going on, or they have troubles with your product. So customer service is the person that they will go to. Okay. And even though the experience might be positive or negative for you, okay, for the customer, you always have to make sure that they have a positive experience, okay? It doesn't matter if it is that they're asking for a refund or they are complaining about something about your cake or your product or your restaurant. It doesn't matter. You're always gonna try to have a positive experience for the customers. Why? Because you can have a good reference after that. Like you can say, okay, I actually didn't like the food, or I actually didn't like the cake or your product, but I had a good experience when I asked for a refund, and that's good for me. Okay, and that's good because if somebody else asks about your product, then they can still be a reference for you. Okay, or maybe they can come back in the future. Okay, and they can say, you know what, I've tried a different company, I tried a different restaurant, a different bakery, it didn't work out, it was bad. The other ones, even though it was a little bad, I'm still gonna go back to them. Okay, so I always put customer service high there because it is a big thing for your business to provide excellent customer service. I always say businesses are built around customers. Okay, so they are the first thing that you need to take care of. Okay, they have to be high up in the priorities, so that's why customer service should be also very high in your priorities. Actually, customer service was the first hire that we did in our company, and it has been the best. So the first thing that you have to look for a person that has customer service is to have problem-solving skills, okay? Because that person is gonna try to solve a problem or an issue that the customer has. Remember, in our selling video, we said if you are looking for a problem to be solved, you're struggling with an issue, you're gonna start looking for solutions. The customer service person can be that person, okay? So you have an issue, you have a problem, the customer service person has to be a person that can problem solve, okay? That can look into different options so they can solve that problem for the customer. The second thing that you need to have for customer service is patience, okay? You're gonna find and look into a number of customers. Some of them have a good times, some are having a bad day, so you need to have patience when dealing with your customers, okay? So that's one of the things that you need to have and that your customer people needs to have to be able to deal with customers. Look for that, it's very important. The third thing that you need to have is being attentive, okay? How can I make this person day good? If they're having a bad day, if they're having a bad experience with our product, how can I make them have a better experience? So being there for them, if they're holding on call, then be there, hey, I'm still here, I'm working with you. That's being attentive, okay? If they come into your shop, then how can you make them also feel that they are important, that we are taking care of their issues, okay? So being attentive is also good. You also need to have emotional intelligence, okay? So that idea from that book, from Emotional Intelligence from Daniel Goleman, it's an excellent book, and it talks about how can I put myself into my customers' shoes, into other people's shoes, okay, and feel what they're feeling, okay? So getting into a person that has emotional intelligence means, okay, this customer is going through something, is struggling about something. How can I put myself in their shoes so I can feel what they're feeling and provide a better customer experience? So and it is really hard to find a person like this, but try to be on the lookout if you find one, try to keep it, because it's very good from the customer perspective. You're also going to look for a person that have the ability of communicate well. Okay, so how can that person translate anything that the customer is having, any issues that they're having, how can they translate that into good communication with the customer, okay? So they can bridge that gap. So this is what we have, and this is what the issue that they're having, this is how we can solve it, okay? So that they can communicate well, they include the perfect words, the nice sentences in emails, okay? So they can communicate with the customer and have a good experience for them. The other thing that you're gonna look is for that person to be creative, okay? In customer service, you have to be creative, okay? Because maybe you have multiple options, you have multiple cakes or multiple colors or multiple things. How can you combine all that to have the customers and have a good experience? Okay, so if I'm selling crafting, for example, for my birthdays or for kids' birthdays, how can I combine those things to be creative to provide a good experience for my customers? Okay. So those are all the things that you need to keep in mind to have a good customer experience for your customers. So stay around, subscribe, so we can keep talking about customer service and how you can be a good organization.